Hello guys, and welcome back to Earl Sports Bets. I'm Timothy Earl, and today I'm going to be breaking down the 3-game Counter-Strike slate for tomorrow, the 18th of March. It is actually the final day of the tournament, and all the games are going to be at exactly the same time, and they're not going to be at 1 o'clock. They're actually going to be at 2 o'clock, as if we look at the Counter-Strike slate on DraftKings, they all start at 2 o'clock p.m., so that's going to be pretty interesting to watch. I'll probably have one game up on my monitor, one game up on my computer, one game on my phone, and just have all 3 games on and be able to watch them. But all of them all at the same time, which is different. So, but we'll go ahead and we'll look into each one of these games, where these teams are in the group. So that's last game. It could be last day. It could be a little bit funky, but we do have another 10K contest tomorrow, so that's pretty cool in itself. But before we go ahead and jump into today's slate, we'll go over some things first. We'll look at yesterday's contest. This is the lineup that I ran. It did not cash. I ran Hunter, Zywoo, Shocks, Knock, Nico, and Almanac. Almanac was a really good play. 61 points for $4,800 was really, really nice. And then, so Vitality got absolutely whooped by Ents. Doesn't make sense, but they got 2-0'd by Ents, and it's just not really. Was not really good slate. Hunter was a really good player though, 132 points. He was the second best captain on the day. If you guys did not look, this guy, yep, he had him. 101 points from Rops. Not bad from the 16-9 guy, 16 by 9. With resolution, never mind. But he was on the best lineup, but Hunter was the captain on that one. Had Sphinx at 58 points, 53 points, wow. Alu at $6,200, got 76 points, 6% owned. Solid there. Rops, Acor, and Nico. I'm surprised that Nico was on the... No, actually, I'm not surprised because freaking Zywoo and Shocks was not on it. And this guy had nobody from the last game. Sure. And then, of course, where was it? Awesome was on here as well. Awesome was best lineup, finishing 21st. Of course, when there's a 10K contest, he's going to be in it. But this guy won $10,000 richer, so good for him. But before we go ahead and jump into today's slate, if you guys are new to the channel, go ahead, subscribe to the channel. Like the video, comment, who do you guys got for tomorrow? What are some of your favorite plays for tomorrow? And without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this slate. We get to start off with a loading screen. My Vitality taking on Nip. Nip lost. What did they do today? I even forgot who they played. I just went over it too. I have bad memory. Last game they beat Mouse. They beat Mouse in 3 maps. So that was definitely a interesting series. Taking on Vitality, who just got swept by Ents. And for this one, I think Nip is 3-1 now, so I'm pretty sure they are top of the group along with G2 and Ents. So they're going to still be fighting, but Vitality's fighting to get into the playoffs. Right now, they would not be in the playoffs because they did lose to Ents and they did lose to G2. So I got this feeling. I'm taking Vitality for this one. I just see Vitality coming out mad because they just got beat. The team that we figured would be last place in the group, and so they still want to try to make a playoff spot, so they're going to go after it as much as they can. So I definitely expect Zywoo to have a really, really good game tomorrow. I'm going to have him in my lineup. Probably not going to go after Shocks. Apex, I think, is priced up way too much now. RPK, not interested. And then Masuda is priced down now, but still not going to be interested in there. So I think Zaiwu would probably be the only one I would be interested in from Vitality. Looking over at the NIP side, Plopsky, $7,600. He's definitely priced down, which is nice, but I'm just not going to be interested in that one. Rez 7K. I just think that there's better options in that range. I'd rather go down to Almanac, Cold Zera in that range, and then some other player. Frozen would be a decent option. Hunter is one of my favorite plays again. So I'm not really too interested in Rez. Hampus, IGL, not too interested. Knock, $4,800, maybe. And then ZTR, $4,200, not really too interested in that. So pretty much the only player from that game would be Zaiwu at $9,600. That or fade the game totally. I could definitely see no players coming from that game. Next up, we get FaZe and ENCE, minus 115 for FaZe, minus 104 for ENCE. So this one's gonna be a close one. And I think ENCE, I think FaZe is knocked out at this point after losing today. Right, they lost to G2 today. Yeah. They lost to NIP, beat Mouse, lost to Vitality. So they're 1-3. They're going to be out, but they could definitely play spoiler to ENCE. And I do actually see FaZe winning tomorrow. We'll go ahead and look over ENCE's players first, just because I'd rather go over the team that I'm not going over first. Not gonna be putting in my lineup first, so that I can talk about them. But Diha 8K. Once again, in that 8K price range, so more towards the higher end, I'd rather go after Brokey, rather go after maybe Rops at $8,200. I think that could be an interesting play. Shocks, maybe, but I have other plays that I'd rather go to in that 8K range. Sphinx was meh, 53 points yesterday, 54 points. 53.5, I believe. 54. Not really too interested in him. Just don't see them being able to do much. Alu, I'm all right with the Alu price at 64. Depends on whether or not we see Bot Alu or God Alu. I don't think we're going to be seeing another good one 2 days in a row. Snappy, not interested in, and Dodo, not interested in terms of value plays, because I like other value. One of them being Kerrigan, Cold Zera at 6,200 is another one of my... I'm not going to say my top option, but he's going to definitely be in consideration to be on my lineup for tomorrow, along with Brokey. I do think Brokey is still way underpriced. I think Twist is still way overpriced. You're not going to see him in the top lineup. I just like Cold Zera and Brokey from FaZe. I think those are the two people that you're going to want to roster from this FaZe team. If you think that FaZe is going to win, which I do have them winning this game. But I do like Cold Zera and Brokey. Final game of the day. They're all happening at the same time, but final one we're going to be going over for the video is G2 taking on Mousesports. Minus 217 for G2. Plus 175? Yeah, 175 for Mouse. And I said that yesterday, and I'm going to say it again. I do think G2 is the best team in this group. We'll go ahead and look at the Mouse team, Mousesports first. Rops 8.2K. Even in a losing effort, I could definitely see Mousesports has not won a game in this group. 102 points. 55, 34. And that's right. He had another big game. When they played ENCE, he had like a huge game the first day. He scored like 80-something points. So he definitely has the upside. Rops could definitely be the top scorer on the slate easily. Frozen 7,200, another good one that I would be all right with going with if I felt like Mouse was going to win. I don't see that happening. And then Dexter was an interesting value play today. He was like $4,600. Got 54 points, which is not terrible for that price range. Unfortunately, Almanac was way higher, way better than him. So I don't think that was he was as necessary. On this other side, still don't know why Jax is 8,600. I think Jax and Hunter switch price, and then Jax switch price with Almanac. Jax is definitely not the best on the team. Nico 9,200. It's hard to go away from him. He's had a couple rough games, but I could definitely see him coming back and being able to really put a lot in. Hunter is my favorite player on the slate. I still don't know why he's $7,400. And I still like Almanac. I feel like I've been building pretty similar lineups every single day. But honestly, the value of Almanac, $5,800, it's too tough to pass up for me. Yes, he had 61 points yesterday. He definitely, 40 and 47. So, but that was in a sweep to Vitality, and he was all right. That was in a loss to Ents, so I'm all right with that one. But Almanac is definitely a decent value play for today, along with Hunter and Nico. We're going to be taking G2 for that game, though. But that's going to wrap it up for the video. I want to thank you guys all for watching. All of our picks are going to be on that side of the screen. All of our socials are in the link in the description below. Instagram, Twitter, Discord, merch, picks and parlays. All those will be in the description below. Yeah, that's going to wrap it up for today's video. I want to thank you guys all for watching. And until next time, let's watch some good Counter-Strike. Let's make some money.